Hello, federal viewers. Welcome to this exclusive live. Cricket's greatest rivalry, India versus Pakistan, is about to kick off at Dubai in the Champions Trophy series that's ongoing. To discuss further on this anticipated clash, today we've got with us Mr. Srinath, a former first-class cricketer that has represented Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and the current BCCI umpire. So, thank you so much for joining with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure is mine.
Sir, firstly, I want to talk about how this is build up as a most anticipated contest. India are coming in after a comfortable victory. But let's talk about Pakistan first, defending champions, host country. But they're coming from a very bad loss against the Kiwis. And what has come as a salt to their wound is Fakhar Zaman's injury that has ruled him out. Imam Hulak comes in. But from Pakistan's perspective, how should they, come into this high octane game, pressure game? How should they prepare mentally? How should they approach this? What do you think?
Well, you said they're the reigning champions in the Champions Trophy. The last Championship Trophy was played in 2017 in the UK.
Yeah,
That was the first ever time Pakistan defeated India in a marquee World Cup event.
right,
I think post that it was a T20I World Cup when India lost to them in Dubai. But yes, 8 years is quite a longer time. And as you added, Pakistan is coming off a mixed bag. I
right.
think run into this Champions Trophy. They played
Hmm.
a tri-nation tournament involving a depleted South African side and New Zealand side. They managed to get to the final, but lost very badly in the finals. So the scars of that loss would definitely linger on them. Adding to that, they've had a lot of woes with injuries. Their strike bowler, especially, who's had a lot of success in the past against the Indian batters, has been Shaheen Shah Afridi. He's been blowing hot and cold with injuries, and also racing against time. Harris Roth just made it to the Champions Trophy squad. Pakistan's potent pace attack has been their forte. I think they've
Right,
troubled teams pan world with their potent pace attack. Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah, and Haris Rauf, all bowlers who can clock in excess of 140, 145s on the given day. And especially added advantage of Shaheen Shah Afridi is left armer, who can swing the ball back into the right-handers and get it away from them. The left arm fast bowler is always a luxury for any side.
right.
Yes, they are the hosts, but they are playing this game against India in Dubai.
Yeah,
Certainly, a lot has been spoken about. They say the conditions are very similar to what it is in Karachi. But I think India already has played one game against
one thing.
Bangladesh and come out trumps with that. And maybe India has got an upper edge in terms of familiarity with the conditions.
Right.
And you said in the opener that Fakhar Zaman's injury and Imam Ulak replacing him. That's a massive
Yeah,
blow for Pakistan.
right.
History always is history. It can be corrected, but Fakhar Zaman was the major batter who made a lot of damage in the 2017 Champions
Yeah,
Trophy final. He was the one who got 100 and rubbed it into India. Yes, always it's called as the mother of all battles.
right.
2012
Sir,
was the last time. 2012 was the
yeah,
last time when Pakistan toured India on a bilateral. Post that,
right.
India Pakistan play only in world events. So it's always the anticipation around world cricket for both the teams, both the nations, which are cricket frenzy. It's like the sitting on the hot seat and watching the game. So it's just a mouth-watering game for anybody who watches cricket across the world.
Sir, as you rightfully said, Pakistan's forte has always been their pace attack. But there's always been, concerns around their batting. With Fakhar Zaman, out of this picture, Imamullah comes in. So if we quickly have a look at the squad of Pakistan, what do you think are the possible changes? Do you see some changes in in their playing 11, at least the first four? What do you reckon would happen, sir, when
I think
it
a
comes to the
forced change. I think a forced change would be they will obviously get Imam Ulak instead of Fakhar Zaman,
Hmm.
because I don't see much left there for them to tinker with. So
Right,
they would go with Rizwan and Babar Azam, their trusted duo in T20I and ODI cricket. Then they would have Imamullah come in. and Imamullah could be opening the batting, obviously, with Babar Azam. Then you've got
Okay.
Usman Khan, the wicketkeeper batter. So I think I don't
Mhm.
see them tinkering too much with whatever they have done in the previous game. It's just
Okay.
that self belief they need to have, and rest is, set skills, as I said, are very similar. Execution is going to be a question mark always in high pressure games, but the team which is going to hold on to the nerves and handle pressure better, I think that would be the key in this game.
Beautifully summed up. Sir, there is always conversations around Babar Azam when, especially batting against India, with him and Rizwan, kind of attacking the middle overs. What they have to do is they should try and milk the middle overs. So, how do you see them targeting India? What should they rightfully do to milk the middle overs? Because in ODI cricket, everyone knows it's the middle overs that someone needs to take up and charge. So, what would their game plan be against India?
See, the first question is, you spoke about Babar Azam. Whenever there's an
Yeah,
India Pakistan game, always the comparison goes between Virat Kohli and Babar Azam.
yeah,
Uh, to me, comparison between two players could be in the modern era or different eras. It doesn't work in cricket. Each cricketer is made differently. So I
right,
believe comparison is pretty unfair. But there is one thing that is common between both Virat and Babar in the last couple of years is both of them have been below par with their performances.
yes,
So because they've set such high benchmarks that whenever a Pakistani fan sees Babar Azam come out to bat, he expects him to score 100. It's the same with Virat Kohli.
for Virat Kohli as well. Yeah,
Yeah. So the expectations on their shoulders are so high, it is so heavy. So every time any cricketer, for that matter, representing his country walks out on the field, he's carrying the aspirations of millions of cricket fans, his family, his friends, everybody. So to start with, when you spoke about the middle overs, I think the key for Babar first would be, because he's opening in this format, to
right.
see through the first 10 overs of power play. Now, if India Shami is running to very good form. He's got a 5 for against Bangladesh. He's
Yeah,
looking, as fit as he was maybe 10 years ago. So the first thing for Babar Azam would be to negotiate the Indian fast bowling attack, and if at all the Indian think tank could tinker with their playing 11 and have an idea of playing somebody like Arshdeep, who's had
exactly. I was just
relatively.
coming to that. So let's have a look at the India squad as well, just to have a clear picture. So, what do you reckon India? Do you reckon India do a change in their playing 11 because they're coming from a comfortable victory? So, how do you drop someone like Harshit Rana, who's not made any mistakes, who's taken 3 wickets, has delivered in his first ICC Champions Trophy game, and then obviously there are conversations around Ashdeep should be playing instead of Harshit Rana, but after a victory in a high pressure game, how do you tell Harshit Rana, no, you have to sit out for this game? So will India make that change? Also, there's also conversations going around that Chakravarti should feature this playing 11. So do you think India will opt for 4 spinners, or do you think they would go for Arshdeep Singh in the space of Harshit Rana?
Well, this is a very happy headache for the Indian think tank. I think Rohit and the senior cricketers around them and Gautam have a real happy headache around them. Well, the adage of saying that you don't tinker with a winning combination doesn't work anymore. It's
Okay,
because the Champions Trophy format is such, it's like a mini World Cup.
right,
And now, if Pakistan loses this game to India, they are out of the Champions Trophy.
right,
So, looking at this Indian lineup, if I were to be the Indian think tank, because of what success Arshdeep Singh has had in the past in the T20I format against Pakistan, and as already mentioned in my opening statement, saying that a left arm fast bowler can get the ball back into the right hander and get it away, is always a luxury. So
right,
a probable replacement for Ashit Rana could be an Arshdeep Singh, but yes, per se, because this Indian team bats really deep. They've got a solid top order batting. They've got Hardik Pandya. They've got Akshar Patel. They've got Jadeja as all rounders who can really take the game deep in. They're as good as any batter in the side. So possibly the Indian team could be mulling on an option of replacing Harshit Rana with Arshdeep. And yes, Pakistan batting lineup has got a lot of left-handers. There could
right,
be a thought process going on about playing Washington Sundar, because he's an off spinner and very capable with the bat. But yes,
right.
in the recent past, the performances of Varun Chakravarti has really been fabulous.
Correct.
And he is an unknown commodity to this Pakistan side. They might not
Correct.
have watched that much of him, or they might not have played him that much. So the temptation could be, to play Varun ahead of Kuldeep Yadav and
Okay.
Arshdeep instead of Harshit Rana. So if
Okay.
at
So
all
you
there is a
think these
possibility,
two changes?
if I were to be Rohit Sharma and Gautam Gambhir, yes, I would bite the bullet and say, yes, these are the possible two changes that I would like to make. Rest, I think, if they decide to go with a winning combination, I think they would certainly retain the same playing 11. But to me, I think I would go with Arshdeep Singh and Varun Chakravarti.
Beautiful, sir. But we were just talking about a left arm pacer to the right arm. We were just talking about that. So, another, as you rightfully said, Pakistan's forte is their pace attack, and leading it would be Shaheen Shah Afridi. He would be up against a Rohit Sharma who's shown that his intent is clear. He wants to go out there, start hitting. So, how do you see this contest?
It's certainly one of the must-watch contests, and Shaheen Shah Afridi has had his success against Rohit Sharma, and Rohit Sharma did struggle in the BGT in Australia, but he ran into
Right.
good form in the recent ODI series
Indian.
against England, and
Yeah.
he showed brilliant signs of his old form against Bangladesh. A
Right.
cameo at the top 41 of 36 set the ball rolling. And Rohit Sharma is a player who doesn't get ruffled either by the opposition or by the magnitude of the game. So the challenge for Pakistan would be, they would really be scratching their head and trying to see how they can get Rohit Sharma out early. Because if Rohit can bat a distance in this game, I think he's just going to take the game away single-handedly from Pakistan. Because a 100, 120 ball knock from Rohit Sharma, he will definitely end up getting 160, 170. So once he gets past those 30, 40 runs, he becomes unstoppable. And yes, certainly it's a real one of the best contests within the high-profile contest. Shaheen Shah Afridi versus Rohit Sharma.
Also our focus actually shifts to Shubman Gill. He kind of like told the world that I can do this too, and he has come out coming from a first ICC Champions Trophy century. He'll be riding in confidence. And what do you expect Pakistan? Try and attack him. How do you expect that Shubman Gill performance in this contest?
See, the first 10 overs are going to be crucial for either sides with the bat or ball. And with the sort of form Shubman Gill has been in, I think it's called as a purple patch in a cricketer's career. So
Yeah,
now you knock on Shubman's door and tell him that he has to bat at 12 in the night. He'll just wield his willow, half his eyes closed. He can just time the ball. So he's in that sort of a zone as of now. And his form, his continued form for India to come up trumps in this game and going long into this tournament is going to be very, very important. And he's partnered Rohit Sharma in ODI cricket on about 28 occasions, and they've been
right.
very, very successful as an opening combination. So I think this opening combination of Rohit and Shubman is going to be very crucial for India. And from Pakistan's perspective, the earlier they can dislodge this pair, otherwise they are in big time trouble. They're going to be in for a leather hunt, and they would be chasing balls all across the ground.
That's brilliantly summed up. See, if you look at India as a side, they're overwhelmingly, the favorites in this contest as of now at the moment. But everything almost is working out for India. Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill are in their top form. Shreyas Iyer has showed us what he can do in this format. KL Rahul is there in the last game. He performed a good cameo, and almost everything is said. But if even the Pakistani fans, if they want to watch an Indian perform, it would be Virat Kohli. All eyes will be on him. And if someone can absorb all the pressure and perform well, it could only be him. So, but we've seen him making mistakes repeatedly. There is a concern. What do you think? What do you think Pakistan's plan would be against him? Because they here seem to have an edge. You got a star player from the team who's not in his great form. You can hurt him where you can hit him where it hurts. So, do you think Pakistan have an edge when it comes to getting Virat Kohli out sooner?
Well, there's a saying in cricket that class is permanent, form is temporary. So somebody like Virat Kohli has got 50 hundreds in white ball cricket, ODI cricket. And there's been so much of noise being made about his form, his technique. Guy who's
Right.
come such a long way, who's got 25,000 plus international runs. These are all temporary setbacks in a career which has spanned close to 13, 14 years.
Right.
And yes, Virat has had his problems of getting out outside the off stump in recent past, nicking it off in the slips and getting out caught behind. As I said, if Shubman Gill and Rohit are going to see the first 10 overs off, the only threat I see for Virat Kohli, because he's always had a history of struggle against right arm wrist spinners,
Yes. Yeah.
especially against leg spinners. He's had his tough times against Adam Zampa. He's had his times against Adil Rashid. Now,
Right.
Abrar Ahmad, the leg spinner from Pakistan, could be somebody who could trouble Virat Kohli.
So,
But what we've
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, but what we read in the newspapers and what we've been seeing, I read saying that Virat has had an extended session yesterday in Dubai,
Right. Yeah.
practicing more against wrist spin. So that is the quality and caliber of a man who knows the magnitude of this contest. Because India Pakistan they hardly get to play each other, as I said, apart from the marquee ICC events, maybe an odd game in Asia Cup, they don't get to play each other at all. So it's an opportunity for both the nations, the players from both the teams to showcase their talent. And Virat is somebody who can kick himself up to such levels. He doesn't
Correct.
need any second invitation to, egg himself up. And come at the man, come at the hour, we say. Virat Kohli, Champions Trophy, Pakistan, in Dubai. What else do you want from a man like Virat Kohli? You're presenting everything on a platter to him. It's just a matter of time for him, He comes out, expresses himself, and takes the bull by its horn.
And also, there's a interesting social media term that goes around saying Sunday the King plays or Sunday the Kings play. But that's an interesting, contest to watch out for. But overall, if you had to pick one contest that you vouch for or bank for in this battle, what contest would you say?
I think it would be a tussle between Shaheen Shah Afridi and Rohit Sharma. That is something because up front with the new ball, Shaheen Shah
Right,
Afridi can make the ball talk. What sort of swing he can get in the air up front is very important. At the same time, Rohit Sharma is a very canny cricketer. He's been around for long. One of the
right.
most successful white ball cricketers, world cricketers, see, not just in India. So I think that would be a real mouth-watering contest. And maybe if Virat goes the distance, goes on to make a big one, could be Abrar Ahmad, the leg spinner. We could try and see what sort of tricks he can come up with trying to get Virat earlier. But to me, it's going to be Shaheen Shah Afridi and Rohit Sharma.
Beautiful, sir. Since we are talking about spin also, I want to talk a little bit about Ravi Jadeja. The trio, the Indian trio, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and Ravi Jadeja, there are controversies, not controversies, there are suspense looming whether this could be their last ICC outing. So, given that in mind, what do you expect from someone like Ravi Jadeja? Do you see him as a spinner who can control the innings, or do you look at him as a wicket taking spinner? What do you expect of Ravi Jadeja?
See, when cricketers get past 35, basically they are past prime. But the names you mentioned now, especially Virat and Jadeja, they are supremely fit cricketers, and by far they are the two best fielders in the Indian side.
Right,
And you spoke about the role of Ravindra Jadeja.
right,
Ravindra Jadeja's role in this side is extremely important. He is a three-dimensional cricketer. He can add value with the ball when he's bowling. See, his nature is to put the ball in one place. Look at what the surface can offer for him. And his forte is bowling a good line and length. It's not easy to knock him off for runs with the speed with which he bowls. And naturally, when he's going to tie batsmen down, they're going to make mistakes. He's going to get wickets. Number one. Number two is on the field is always 20 plus for you. And don't forget
right.
his batting. So when he comes in the middle or lower middle order, whether it is consolidation or you want him as a finisher, he can cover all areas. So Jadeja in this playing 11 is a very, very important cog in the wheel.
Beautiful, sir. And I just want to talk a little bit about this overall conversation that everyone is building around this battle, India Pakistan, a blockbuster game, the greatest rivalry, is this is the narrative that's been going on. But through the decades, through the years, do you think it's not the same anymore? Do you think the intensity is lacking anywhere from
No,
Pakistan
not at all.
especially?
No, not at all. Because as I told you, it's been 13 years since both the sides played a bilateral.
Right,
So if you look at Asia per se, I think two of the best sides for decades have been India and Pakistan. Maybe in the late 70s until mid 80s, Pakistan had an upper hand and they were much more a dominant force than India. But coming into the 90s, I think in the last 2.5, 3 decades, I think the Indian team has done extremely well. They have dominated Pakistan also in world events, as I said already. And it's a always look forward to event when India plays
right,
Pakistan. I don't feel even a 0.1% of intensity that's come down. The camaraderie between the two teams, the players, they all gel well. It's
right.
the hype around this game that has been built. It could be social media, it could be fans, it could be the former cricketers, the sort of hype they are building. So it's another game of cricket. It's not going to end if one team is going to lose. They get up the next day,
Right.
they go and compete in the next game. So it's not a sort of a battle that's being fought out. It's a cricket match that's been played between two extremely high profile sides, quality sides. As I said, dearth of frequent matches that are being played between the two sides make this that much more high profile and mouth watering.
Yes, sir, that's very nicely summed up. So, if you had to pick one player from each side that you can put your money on, who would that be?
To me, if you're looking at India, I think in the current form, as a batter, I think I would go with Shubman Gill with the sort
Okay.
of form he's been in, and I would expect him to come good. And with Pakistan, I think they would obviously hope that Babar fires. But in
Yeah.
the recent past, I think Mohammad Rizwan has done really well for them, leading from the front. He's kept wickets well, he's maneuvered his sources well, and he's batted well also. And also, he's got a penchant for scoring big runs against India. And I think
Right.
I would feel Mohammad Rizwan as the key in Pakistan. And it's difficult to pick one player from India, but yes, my money would be on Shubman Gill. The sort of current form is in, I would back him to go out and make big runs in this game.
So let's have quick predictions. If say India won the toss, what do you think India's Rohit Sharma should do?
I think if the surface is going to be very similar to what it was like when India played against Bangladesh, because normally in a high pressure game, I think putting runs on board always is a better option because India has got all
Right.
bases covered. So whether it's batting, they've got the top order in place. They've got a fantastic middle order. In case there's something going off there, they've got a fantastic bowling attack. Two good fast bowlers,
Right.
an all-rounder in Pandya. They've got three very good spinners to back up. But if I were to be Rohit Sharma, maybe I mean I've not had a look at the surface, what they would think. I think putting runs on board, if the surface is going to be very similar to the one they played against Bangladesh, because in the later half the wicket became a bit sluggish. It wasn't easy
Right.
for stroke play. Maybe somebody like a KL Rahul is such a fluent player, found it a bit tough to time the ball in the middle. So I think
Right.
putting runs on board and allowing Pakistan to chase, there's going to be a little bit of wear and tear, not much of dew coming in. India's spinners coming into play. I think that would be my strategy. But again, depending on the surface there and what they look at today, the call would be this. But if I were to be Rohit, I think I would be preferring to bat first, put big runs on board.
Bat first is what our expert says. So, if you have to make a quick score prediction, what would you be like? Say that is the best score of batting first.
And tough to predict score sitting about thousands of kilometers away from Dubai, the sort of surface that can uh, offer. But maybe yes, as I said, the first 10 overs if Rohit and Shubman Gill get through, because if both of them are going to bat in the first 10 overs, you can see
Right.
nothing less than 65 to 70 on board. So if that is what is going to be the score, and if we have good consolidation, and mind you, if either Rohit or Shubman can bat a good 35, 40 overs, I don't see India going past 300 for whatever reason. Certainly, if they decide to bat first, they would quickly get in, bite their time, 3, 4 overs, look at what is on offer in the surface, then assess what sort of score they look at. Because if there's going to be quick wear and tear, they would certainly reassess the situation and start working on a different strategy. But if the wicket holds good, they get a good start, I don't see India why not making a 300 plus score. 300 plus certainly on the offer.
Beautiful, sir. We've almost reached the end of our live discussion. I bet the captains might walk in anytime now for the toss. So, one last quick important question. Who do you think is going to win this contest today?
Well, to me, my heart goes out with India, and history always, has said that the numbers also show up that India always has had an edge in games against Pakistan. And again, Pakistan under pressure, mind you, for one reason, it's a must-win game for them to stay alive
Right.
in this Champions Trophy. And then when India play New Zealand in the last game, they are dependent on the result of that particular game. So pressure is too much stacked up on Pakistan. India goes in with a lot of victories under them against England as well as in the last game, and they've ticked most of their boxes. And my one straightforward pointer is the team which can shut the noise from the outside world and the team which can handle pressure better is going to come up trumps today.
Beautiful, sir. That was a beautiful, well suited ending to our live session. The much anticipated greatest rivalry will begin very shortly. Thank you, viewers, for joining us. Thank you, sir, for your expert insights. Like, let's quickly catch up once the first inning ends. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.